Hi there, Pisces. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome, we're here for you. Welcome to November. Wow, we've got some major, massive surprises here for you. Are you like this? Whoop, we went into it. Well, Pisces, I was meditating, and we just finished the Sagittarius reading. You share the ruler, Jupiter, with Sag. I'm seeing a moon here, like the cast of a moon. Pisces, let's clear the energy and ground. Well, right off the bat, I'm seeing that there's something that, you know, as I was meditating, and by the way, I'm channeling here, so the energy sometimes can undulate, and I see it as very much sort of relevant and symbolic to the overall sort of message. The way that the message does sort of deliver is definitely related to the message itself. Nothing is so random. I am Pisces sun sign now. It does affect the way that I, of course, work with the energy as well. But Pisces, but getting back to it, let's clear it. There's something here that you are kind of saving your energy with. I see it kind of like that. You're wanting to get more practical with something even. It's something you've been thinking about quite a bit. By the way, guys, we've got a new little deck of cards here. The Lenormand deck. Oh, it's such a cute little deck, you guys. It's it's literally called the cute little Lenormand deck. It's really, actually really cute. So look at these little illustrations. Yeah, but I'm hearing Sag, Pisces. Some of you, ooh, there is someone here who wants to partner up with you. I see that. It could be projects. It's for matters of something related to writing. Maybe you want to co-publish something. I hear that's coming through. You know, this might be in the coming months as well, Pisces. You might be thinking of a new project here, and I feel that you might be meeting a Sagittarius. There could be someone really pivotal to how you present yourself in some sense. Maybe they're your producer, your manager. They might end up playing a really big role here for you. I'm hearing that in the next few months. Now, that's just a message coming out here, but Pisces, itching the third eye right there. Okay, let's get into it. The star. Ooh, no, yep. All right, the book in reverse. So this is definitely something karmic, but Pisces. Okay, I'm getting here for some of you as well, as I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, that there's something that you want to clear. It's like you kind of want to, I see, like, it's something that maybe you used to be involved in, and then you realize, you know, okay, this is not for me, even I hear that, or there's something just kind of a very simple decision you make. You realize that there's something that has been phased out. Now we're going to pull further. These are just some general energies. You pulled the coffin here in the center of the spread. We are in Scorpio season. Well, this is, yeah, kind of like the death card energy in what would be akin to the death card energy in the tarot. Let's pull the tarot on that, actually. I want to pull a card on that, Pisces. There's something you're releasing, no question, or at least it's at the forefront of your mind. The Nine of Cups. This might be someone else. They could be going through a transformative cycle here. They're having something that they really want to sort of clear out, and in a big way. Someone could be getting really clear with you when it comes to what they see with you, what they want to manifest with you. Maybe they are kind of at a point of realizing, well, Pisces is it. Pisces is it. And there's definitely a question of time there. Yeah, the Five of Wands, possibly, and the Strength card upright, Lovers in reverse. Ooh, okay, so they gotta get brave with that though, Pisces, is what I'm seeing, and you cannot necessarily make a decision for them, is what I'm hearing as well, leading into this change. Five of Cups in reverse, King of Pentacles upright, the Knight, ooh, the King of Cups in reverse. Really, Pisces? Okay. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles upright. You've been very patient with this. I feel this is something that's been like on hold, on the line kind of vibe, like pending. Let's get some letters here. We've got, for the coffin, we've got the letter E, S, and V. Not feeling that. Okay, let's pull here on the Nine of Cups. We've got T, U, D. On the King of Pentacles is the B, R, and A. Take it as you will. All right. If you're convinced somebody's not attracted to you, all right, think again about that, maybe. I don't know. You take it as you will. I'm not sure. You take it as you will. For some of you, you want to get more vulnerable here in some area of life. Let's get here on the King of Pentacles and Nine of Swords. Someone's like, look, you guys, oh my God. This is maybe with you. You're like, haven't been really like looking at it head on. I see maybe you want to kind of like start thinking about something differently here a little bit. Nine of Swords, Cancer, Sagittarius, and Taurus. On the Nine of Cups, we've got Aquarius, Aries, and Gemini. Okay, let's get further here. I want to pull these back, actually, and we're going to then jump into the next stage of the reading. We're going to do a Pisces card for each of the days. All right, It's like an almost yodel situation with whatever that was right there. All right. Quasi yodel act. Some of you, someone's so nervous to like call something out in relation to you, like they're really interested in you. If that's the case, I feel they're gonna get to a point with that. Like, I can't take it, that's it. I see someone at a big event, they see you like maybe talking to a lot of people there, it's like, that's it, I wanna like be with Pisces and like show Pisces how I feel about Pisces. Okay. Could definitely be related to finances. I mean, a letter K. Okay. Two of Cups in reverse leading into the week. Seven of Cups upright. Eight of Cups in reverse. I'm hearing, yes, I will. Someone is really, really dilly-dallying with something. Maybe it's you. Maybe this is how someone feels about you. Maybe it's how you feel about someone. But there's this feeling of like, where are they at? King of Wands upright. It could be, I'm hearing years down the line, months down the line, Hangman. For some of you, someone's feeling like someone is in love with someone, they can't read them, they're not sure. This came through in the Sag reading as well, and you came through heavily in the Sag reading. Oh my gosh, Pisces, did you come through? Like, whoa. I see someone with a watch, a white watch. Right, then the Queen of Cups, maybe you're thinking of investing in something. Might be a good investment. Something related to time, it may pay off even. Six of Pentacles. I'm hearing timeshare, I hear that. Eight of Swords upright. By the way, this is a video for entertainment purposes only. Always consult your private practitioner, your lawyer, your doctor, naturopath, however, your broker, financial institution, right? Like, yeah, Judgment. Ooh. Yeah, you make a decision though, Pisces, I feel. It's a no-brainer almost at a certain point. This is maybe somebody in relation to you. Oh gosh, yeah, so take it as you will. It could be either your energy, read it as it feels right to you. You'll know. You'll feel the message is an absolute yes here for you, or what? In the third week, we see Two of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. There could even be an opportunity here for matters of career. I feel you'll know immediately if it's for you or not. The Fool's in reverse. In the third week, yes, I'm hearing that. The World upright in the center of that third week. Some of you, this is someone coming towards you, Pisces, I feel it. Yeah. It's somebody who makes something clear in relation to you, and then by way of that, it's like you make your decision kind of clear for yourself. Interesting. Or you see a very clear path, or you have an epiphany even. You lead up with the Star in reverse, mirroring the World upright. I see someone looking at themselves in a mirror or like a reflection pool. It could be in your mind. Maybe you're dreaming of something, meditating on something. Last week, Four of Wands, last week. It's clear. Moon in reverse. You're thinking of investing in something here related to the body. This could be you also thinking of moving into a new lifestyle space, and I feel like someone, they're very possessive, you guys. Somebody, well, in the sense of saying they did not show you. So, okay, Pisces. Someone here is more in love with you than you think. I'm hearing the Shrinking Violet. You got the Moon in reverse, Page of Cups upright. Like, they wait until like the last minute, like right when you're like, yeah, let's clear it. They're in love. Five of Wands. They have a hard time showing that maybe at times. Ten of Swords in reverse. It's like, oh my God, Thomas, you call me right when I'm hearing Thompson Island. That's somewhere in Boston. You call me like right when I'm about to like leave. The Three of Wands reversed. I'm hearing, yeah, right when you're about to leave the party. Right when I'm about to leave the party. Ugh. Maybe even bump into somebody here. Queen of Wands in reverse, Six of Wands. Yeah, they're trying to remind you, like, hey, remember me? Father of Cups in the theme. Let's pull on that. Pull on that Father of Cups. Magician, High Priestess. They don't want to let you go. They're in love with you, Pisces. No. I don't care what. Death card upright. On that King of Cups. You're dealing with a Scorpio. They're... Yeah. Is he still? Yeah, he's still. I'm around that. Three of Swords in reverse. Thinking of writing a letter to you. I see like an actual like physical like written letter. Six of Cups on the floor. They miss you. Like, it's nostalgic. This person, I feel someone's at a point where they're like, I have to get this off my chest. Like, I have to express this. I have to get this out there. I can't hold the emotion back. It's like beyond the point of the theory, like holding back. Maybe I should hold it back. No. I don't think I should hold it back anymore. I'm hearing that. They don't want to be shy. Six of Cups on the King of Wands. but there was a long courting process or a lot of going back and forth. Queen of Cups in reverse on the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Cups upright. On the Hangman is the Ace of Cups in reverse. They remember you as like the action they did not take on in relation to you. So it's like, in other words, maybe they tried to dismiss you or something in relation to you. They realize I can't forget about it, so I might as well address it kind of vibe, you know? It's a better deal even to like get down to it. Interesting. Take it as well. Queen of Wands upright. On the second day of the second week of November. Could be an employer. There's some opportunity here. It's karmic. You guys are getting major payout with something here. Temperance on the Six of Pentacles. Whatever you're thinking of investing in right there, again, like I said, the wash or something. Again, like we said, maybe you've been reflecting on something. You've been talking to even an advisor. You're going back and forth with a few options. I feel like that's a very desirable direction to move in. Temperance and the Hangman in that week. You're making a Six of Pentacles in reverse. Two of the same card in the same week. There's something, yeah, you'll make that decision of whatever you're thinking of on the 10th of November, I feel, or the 11th, 10th, 11th, yeah. I feel like you'll either see it, you'll reap the benefits of it, or you'll observe how, well, the payoff is so-called, at the tail end of that week. Maybe you knew there was some sort of upside to this, but you didn't realize like to what level and degree. So I feel like it's by a landslide, whatever this sort of, yeah. And it's maybe in the sense of saying like, even emotionally you feel like this is so you, this is the direction that you really resonate with. Maybe you had a feeling, it's like, I feel like I should just like check out like that one room, and it's like, I'm in your bedroom, Airbnb situation as well. And like you walk in, it's like you walk in the door, you're like, whoa, I didn't know what was behind the door, but in opening the door, I realized this is really where I'm supposed to be at. So maybe it's more of like a feeling, you know? It could be a memory, I heard that as well, or even a metaphor, like, you know, there's an opportunity, you're not sure, but you're attracted to it. On the world is, or there's something you don't quite see, but you feel. And the Empress upright, wow. For some of you, this is someone in relation to you. This is about timing, divine timing. This is something serendipitous. We see the Hangman, the Temperance card. Here's what I want to make note of here. And by the way, again, we're channeling. If it's going by quickly, kind of too quickly for you, slow the speed down. Hit the gear. You can just, you know, hit it to your desired speed. The Hangman and the Temperance card, they're both related to the archetype of Jupiter. This is sandwiching the Eight of Cups. You are a water sign Pisces. The number 8 is the house of Scorpio. It is water energy. I do see the moon there as well, and I see a mirroring of that. Some of you here, I'm mirroring twins. You take it as you will. You have the Empress anchoring by way of a triangulated energy. It's almost like a trine-like energy with a Hangman and the Temperance card. These are 3 major arcana. You got the world that you lead out with from this little conversation that we're having here with the Queen of Swords in reverse, knighting that Hangman. Some of you here are at a point here. It's a big turning point. I'm hearing, how do we say, Dark Night of the Soul. I'm hearing this for some. On the Star in reverse, we see Star in reverse, we see 2 of Swords reverse. Or you find a resolution to something that you were experiencing with the 8 of Cups. It's someone maybe even coming forth, maybe they're coming through saying, hey, I had like the Dark Night of the Soul. Can you help me with this? 3 of Cups in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe they're confessing their love to you as well. Yeah, they've just been watching you. Look at the Temperance card. It's like, hey, I've just like been watching you, but I really see you as the Empress. It's like, I don't know, I'm gonna take it easy well. It's like, oh my gosh. But I feel that whatever this is, it comes through right before you're about to like make a move or something. You're like moving out of some space. It's like, you tell me now, Shrek? I'm hearing that. I'm taking off my costume, like, what? Okay, 10 of Swords in reverse. 10 of Swords in reverse. 7 of Swords in reverse. This is, it could be some poker face, some negotiation. Knight of Wands in reverse leading out of the month. And I'm hearing the year. Maybe there's something that you're talking about, something that you're planning for in the later stages of the year. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, you lead out with the Chariot in reverse. Someone here does not want to see you leave. I hear it like this, you take it as well. Knight of Cups upright. Maybe they just like see your worth. They're like, oh shit, no, I can't let Pisces like move on like that. Rising Scorpio, maybe this is you with you. Let's get further clues. On the 7 of Pentacles, at the start of that second week, rising Gemini. For some of you, someone wasn't making their mind up. It's like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, rising Cancer on Temperance. And on the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, we've got rising Taurus upside down. Then we have here the King of Pentacles in reverse is rising Aries in reverse. On the 10 of Swords, we've got rising Aquarius. And you lead into that Knight of Wands, rising Capricorn. For some of you, you have something that you really are, you're getting a little bit, a little irritated. I'm not gonna lie, you're getting a little bit to a point here with, you know, there's something, and it can be someone else's energy, but let's get a card on the Sun with the Lenormand deck. The Scythe in reverse, it's about the timing. It's like you're right about to clear something out, and then something else pops up. Like, what? Queen of Cups in reverse is the Moon in reverse. Some of you do have someone here who's thinking of you still, and they haven't let go. I hear that. They haven't released. They haven't really even realized it, possibly. The dog in reverse, the Empress upright. Let's clear the dog in reverse, Empress upright. You've got a lot of potential here with something. There might be a few companies even bidding on your work here with something. The child in reverse on the 2 wands upright. Very competitive, Pisces. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse with the bear upright. Listen, do not settle, Pisces. I want you to be really, really, clear with your intentions, because you know your worth here. I'm seeing the number 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. You might even want to, hey, hit the ball back a little bit. Like, don't be afraid to be like, I'm sorry. Like, you left me hanging for how long now? I'm not going to just like kind of own the museum with you now and like each piece in it, you know, right off the bat like that. Like, this is something you ought to question, really question, and it might be advantageous, not because you're not interested, but because you want to really get down to the root, the core of the conversation here with the Chariot in reverse. So there are things that you have to kind of really answer. I hear that as well. It's really would be advantageous for you to do so, to at least question. We've got the letter M here on the 1st of November. You guys, I want to make these cards a little easier to work with. And I think what I'll do is make them a little some of you are a little bit nervous about something. I'm not sure. You've been trying to like understand the answer to something, the proper answers to something here. This could even be something that you're watching or you're like interpreting. We have the letter M coming through on the 1st of November. This is the 3 swords in reverse and 2 cups in reverse. There's a memory here or something. You're like, hey, like, why isn't this working out? Why isn't this worked out by now? Let's clear it. It's more of a memory is what I'm hearing. The letter A on the 2nd. On the 3rd is the letter G. On the 4th is S. On the 5th is N. I feel you got a lot of options here. A lot of people here have got a lot of ideas here with you, Pisces. I feel that the important thing is you want to remain grounded. Definitely, you know, and there could be some fear tactics here, like, oh my god, you got to do this or that, la la la, and it's like you want to make sure that this is your story, and that if you do make a decision, that it's because you're making the decision. We have the letter I coming through on the 7th, on the 6th, sorry, and the 7th is J. And if you're making a decision, I would really consult, like, how do I feel when I'm thinking about making a decision? Q, and take your time to feel it out. And if you do that and you feel like someone's rushing you, that's a clue for you, right? Or maybe it's you. Even I feel like I'm rushing myself. I feel like I'm rushing. Yeah. So it's like, what am I fearing? Am I making this decision because, you know, out of what? What's my intention? Right? Why wouldn't I feel like I could just take my time with it kind of vibe? On the 10th is K. L is O. L is O. 8, 9, 10, 11. The 11th is O. 12th is E, but take it as you will. 13th is C. 14th is D. Something very favorable, something very exciting. We'll go the letter D there, with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh yeah, T on the 3rd week. I feel like something you're like thinking about a lot. It's not really like what you think it is, or it's not as so-called bad as it feels. Judgment in reverse is P. This is on 14, 15, 16, 17. 17th is the V. 18th is Z. 19th is L. 20th is X. 21st is F. You know, I'm getting that you got a lot of energies in your environment as well here, Pisces. You want to just kind of make sure that you're not getting like just really wrapped up in even, how do we say, like, there's a lot of drama maybe even at certain times. Like, how do we say, not drama for drama, but not drama in the sense of drama, but like, how do we say it? Like pandemonium almost, like you're watching maybe stuff around in the environment. It's not personal to you is what I'm hearing. H, B, W, R, and Y. Yeah, just be aware of someone who really has a very strong intention with you. You want to make sure that you're both on the same page and they have, you know, like, what is their idea here with whatever this is. Now, We literally spell nice. Sex, horizontally laid, from the literally like 4th of November to the 12th of November to the 20th of November. Some of you have a certain, like, a connection is becoming stronger. Maybe someone, someone is thinking of you a lot. Maybe they really are thinking of you even physically. I'm seeing soul here coming through as well. S-O-L-S-O-L-E. So as well, S-O. Vaughn, Dutch. Take it easy. Well, what is that? Okay, possibly is a message. I don't know. What does that mean for you? Feel free to comment as well if this is like interesting or on point for you, but in some sense, or reflective. We're also seeing though, Noel, N-O-E-L. I'm hearing less is more. Some of you deciding, you know, what's the approach I want to take? Maybe like, do I want to fully invest in this space? Some of you, maybe it's you who is doing negotiating, for example. We're seeing dice here as well. I on the 6th, and yeah, the tail end of that last week, let's clear it. I in that first week of November. For some of you, you're like not wanting to get back. You're really thinking, is this going to be grounding for me? I see you not wanting to get wrapped into some conversation here. Lose is also coming through. Close, also coming through. Nose, coming through. Gone. All right. So, for some, you got a very active conversation here, maybe with someone. For some of you, it's an opportunity. Somebody maybe wants to star you in something. I hear that. That's reminding me of the Sag energy. On the O, we got this. This came through in the Sag. This charm is the letter S. This is actually a part of a hand wipe torn off, and I accidentally put it in the charm box. So, a reason for everything. The letter S coming through on O. S coming through on O, and Castaway, literally, and that's on Temperance. Mid part of the second week, Pretty in Pink. Somebody wants to cast you guys. This is for some of you. Young Money. And Ascendant Leo, yeah. This is you. There's some opportunity here. It could be physically as well, though. Like someone's saying, hey, I'm actually really interested in you. There could be someone here who is like really shy. Sun also, S-O-N. Dr. Do Little Did It Big. Someone maybe is like someone's a little naive, someone thinks. I hear that. Or they don't want to be naive. I'm also saying Kona. I'm hearing table. Take it as you will. There's a conversation. Yeah. You'll know what it is. I'm hearing Nelly, Moon, and Libra. If you're making a decision and it's specifically, in particular related to matters of entertainment, I would maybe like look at comparable situations, say, well, wow, like for example, how did they get started there? What was their first like record deal? I hear that as well. You're teaching me new things. Look at how far we've grown. Moon, Libra, Sun, Virgo, Dr. Little Did It Big. In that third week, on the letter L on the Empress. This is on 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, yeah. Some of you don't want to take something too far. Maybe someone like, I don't want to like not respond for like so long, or like I don't want to wait too long to make this decision. So Nick is also coming through. You know, it's so funny because that right there, I'm thinking of Nick's, like and it's literally N-I-C-X. This would remind me though of the movie How Does a Guy in 10 Days? Where she got tickets to the Knicks game or something like that. That's just popping out right there. So there's something here. Maybe you're on a date or you're playing it off like, all right, but there's something really really attractive for you. Saving up on X, Ascendant Pisces. This could be cross-watcher energy as well. They're interested to know, are you interested in them? Doe-Eye, Sleeping Beauty. Maybe they're saving up for something. All right. They want to tailor something to you. So there's a lot more to the process is what I'm getting than what is even presented. So that could just be, you know, part of it here with the letter O that we see on the Temperance card in the middle of that second week. of November. So for some of you, you'll know exactly like very, very quickly what you feel in relation to this offer. Like I'm also seeing
9 o'clock.
I'm also seeing no, I'm seeing on. Maybe you're testing someone. You're like, okay, well, if I say no, okay, we also have go. We also have gone. You know, it's like if I say no or I'm taking my time, how will they respond? Like, will they kind of be like, you know, weird? Someone's testing somebody possibly, actually. So you take it as you will. Okay. I'm seeing the letters HBW at the end of this week, the beginning of the last week here. And I'm reading that. What came to mind right there is how about we? So maybe there's some opportunity here. Somebody's really, really thinking, you know, they want to know how they can approach you with an idea. Yeah. Introduction, I hear that. Maybe there's someone who knows you and they want to like kind of get connected. I'm hearing, oh, given already. Someone's a little shy. Take it as you will. All right, Pisces. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't negate, like, think about the past is what I'm hearing as well. You know, there's a little bit of like a memory energy here. You know, your ruler, Pisces, we'll talk about this more in the astrology section of the video, but your ruler, Neptune, is going direct here on the 1st actually of November. So this is a big turning point, right? This is a generational planet. It is your ruler. You have two rulers, Jupiter and Neptune, but traditionally, right, we're talking, yeah, Neptune here for you. Some of you, this is something karmic. Like maybe someone's come back from the mountain. They're like, hey, I actually want to like do this with you. Like, yeah, you'll know what it is about Pisces. Let's now get further into the reading, and what we'll do is do the what I want to do. I did a similar reading for Sag, and it was actually really exciting. It was really fun. We pulled just the Lenormand, and we pulled a 5x6 spread. So why not? Let's mirror it. Someone here is at a point. Either it's you, Pisces, you're clearing something out, or there's someone in your environment, someone around you, they're clearing something out. They're working really hard with something. I'm looking at this card. It says the letter J, and it has a diamond up top in the little mini card that's shown on the Lenormand card of the scythe. It's literally number 1. I see that as well. It looks like number 1 here. If we reduce it down in terms of numerology, it's technically the number 10 card, but it's number 1 I'm seeing. I'm seeing a 1 here. So there's a focus on the element of Mars for some of you, fire energy. Somebody here wants you to know, Pisces, like, this is just a feeling I'm getting, that they're going through a lot. If they're not showing up, like, there's a reason kind of vibe. Oh, we have a Gungar Tarot card. The 2 of Wands. Maybe, yeah, someone's shy, I hear that as well. Let's get into it. It could be emotionally, they want to come to terms with something emotionally. Let's pull here, second card, the Fish. Fish is your archetype, Pisces, right? The Ways in reverse. Some memory here. Someone, the Heart in reverse. I'm hearing that song by Selena Gomez, because the heart wants what it wants. Is that the way it goes? 5. The Moon in reverse. Someone is absolutely Pisces. They can't stop forgetting about you. Interesting. Something kind of existential even. They're in a moment of trying to understand what you mean to them. What? Okay, the Bear in reverse. They're nervous with answering that question, maybe. The Fox in reverse, the Ring in reverse right there. Yeah, this is coming through. Like, even last month it came through, I remember. Like, someone's got someone totally up in their head. Like, they got somebody fucked up here. Like, you can't stop thinking about this person. The Book upright, but they don't know. Yeah, the Partner mirroring the Ring in reverse. It's like, they don't want to come out and see it though, maybe like that. Let's continue. I feel like that's in reverse here. Mice. They're worried you think they're shady. I hear that. That's maybe a very big message. Or they maybe think you're shady. They don't know that they think that though. Maybe they have trust issues. They don't know that though. Like consciously, this is maybe for some. It's general video. The Dog in reverse. And I recommend to concentrate on situations where you're dealing with the person. You know, astral's astral, but really like in 3D. So the Bouquet upright, Garden in reverse, the Mountain upright. I feel guided to do a 5x, let's do 5x5. 5x4 actually. We'll keep it at that level. We said we'd mirror Sag, so all right. You're conflicted, Pisces, I feel. It's like you're kind of maybe seeing someone's decision-making process. You're realizing, well, I can't let their story, like, affect mine, like, to such a level and degree. Like, you know, they make their decisions. Like, it kind of doesn't, it shouldn't affect me. I hear that. You got the Anchor in reverse. Sag had the same card, but in the base of the reading. Let's clear it. You have the Rider. Okay. Did we do a 6x5? I feel like, how did we have enough space for that? Maybe we did a... Five by 4, in which case we have one extra. Okay, so we're doing a 5x5 for you Pisces. The coffin and reverse. Okay, some of you, someone's fucking with you. I hear it like this, or vice versa. Like they're psyching you out, you're psyching them out. Maybe it's mutual. Maybe it's mutual. Yeah, but it's like the conversation. Look, we have the birds knighting the coffin in reverse. It's like you don't know. Is it the last time I'm going to hear from them? Is it the last message? Like, what do they mean by that? It's like they're throwing you off. I hear that, or you're feeling very guarded here. It's like, I don't want to think about, like, what that's going to be or what that means or whatever. Stork in reverse. Yeah, there's some conversation. It's like, I can't tell what do they mean by that. Maybe you got into a convo. Like, look at on the birds card in the Lenormand deck. This one bird has its eyes open, one has their eyes closed. It's like, I can't tell. Are we on the same page? I hear that. So there's this question of matters of physicality, sexuality even. You see that with the Rider, the Tower on the Rider. Yeah, there's a matter of even place, like where would we actually live together if we would live together. This is a question I'm hearing. So it's a matter of meeting up, maybe. Maybe somebody wants to meet up with you. You want to meet up with them. I see that that's a question. I feel you're dealing with someone or a situation where there's a lot of unknowns. There are a lot of things that you're not openly like addressing, you know, calling out. Let's pull a card there on the Moon from the Golden Nouveau. Page of Pentacles, right? You're dealing, yeah, definitely. There's someone thinks something is very important. They want to be intentional with how they come out to you about that. The letter G on the scythe, Y on the Page of Pentacles with the Moon in reverse, O on the Coffin in reverse, and on the Cross in reverse we have B. Ten of Wands upright. I believe we had the Dog in reverse in the center of the spread for Sag as well. Ten of Wands, Tower upright. Keep seeing that Devil in reverse. Some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn. Got Temperance, Eight of Cups. If somebody has a temper, I don't know about that. I would be kind of aware of that. Hermit, like, okay, if someone's like silent and you're like, it's a little strange, like I would be worried about that. You know, like sometimes someone who's more like quiet type can have moments where it's like, it all kind of like, hopefully not. Love and light. But there was maybe like some kind of a moment where you were eating with this person or something. That Eight of Swords keeps wanting to pop out. There's a moment like someone's, you're not able to understand, like, and that's maybe a red flag for you, or it's a moment where you say, I don't know if I can really feel comfortable in this space. Like someone's behavior, they either said something or something like that. I'm looking at the Taurus card right there. The High Priestess on the Hermit. Okay, the way in the Moon in reverse, some of you, either somebody wants to apologize for something, maybe they talked in a particular way with you, someone was eating something. For some of you though, the screen just went red there on the screensaver. The Magician on the High Priestess and the Hermit, the way that you'll be able to identify if this is like maybe a healthier storyline is if you feel that you can be in an empowered space here. If you feel in general like somebody is not really putting you in that mindset, it's probably not a healthy situation. I'm just going to be really honest here. Like, if you feel you cannot read someone and like their intent, I don't know, like, yeah, it's about empowerment is what I'm hearing. So maybe this is you with even with a career or a job, an industry. It's like, am I at the end of the day coming back to me? So there might be something that you want answers with in relation to that space. Let's pull in the Magician. We've got this, the letter S again coming through. Moon in Libra on the Magician. Ascendant in Pisces. Maybe somebody here wants to be like more gentle with you as well. It could be a general message. No, let's pull these cards back. Someone pulled somebody's hair or something by accident even. I don't know. All right. Let's clear it. Yeah. I feel there's a lot of like someone's thinking a lot about the past as well. Pisces, let's do a Celtic cross. And then we'll get into the astrology here a bit. Talk a little bit about the transits here for the month, the overview. And then we will jump into the hourly reading. For Sagittarius, we ended up doing a pick a card at the end with 4 stacks. We might do the same here for you, dear Pisces, so feel free to meditate once we get to that point on something that is related to your soul path, like path calling, the direction, something that is a message here for you, or just a heads up, feel free to stick around to the end of the reading where we'll have that. We'll have timestamps in the box below for all of these sort of sections, different sections in the reading. So we're kind of organizing it differently here this month with November. We're having a lot of different sort of ways in which we're tapping into the energy and different sorts of spreads. So feel free as well to let me know which spread you found most helpful. Let's get into it. Celtic cross, strength upright. Some of you are studying something, or there's someone who is watching you or studying you. They have an idea for you. They want to maybe work with you. I hear that. Six of Pentacles reversed in the environment. I'm going to letter T, R. Devil upright in the advice. You know who this is. This is somebody here who you've been involved with possibly for a few years. I hear this. I see the letter 4 here. They may be born on the 4th or around the 4th. For some of you, I'm here of July. They are a limo driver. I'm hearing limousine. I hear that with the devil. Let's clear it. Take as you will. And then your future is the Hermit upright, 6 of Swords upright. This is for some of you, somebody wants to kind of find okay, if you, whatever the situation is that you've been in, I feel that, how do we say this? I'm seeing a big play sign, like, you know, on a video, like a sideways triangle. Someone is like wanting to find balance here. Maybe something got a little out of hand, and it's like, I feel that's gonna be, maybe you both are saying, hey, we cannot continue this unless we like find a sort of resolution. Yeah, and with the Hermit, you might actually be actively wanting to like seek healing here with something. I'm seeing Japanese or Korean writing. I see Japanese specifically though, but you take it as you will. Castaway on the 4 of Cups. Somebody here is like taking time to understand. Maybe you got into a little bit of a tiff or an argument, or somebody here is kind of given mixed messages, and maybe you respond to that like, I'm not going to be like responding like that anymore. So there's a moment where maybe you're giving, you know, something even a break. Maybe this is just you with you. You're not thinking about something anymore, you know, putting it off in your mind kind of vibe. Yeah, definitely putting it off in your mind kind of vibe. Like, I don't want to think about where it could go kind of vibe. And I think that will actually, that's something that's important for you possibly as you feel it, or like a really critical stage here. Sun in Virgo, Moon in Taurus, Sun in Cap, young money, and the letter S coming through in the Hermit. Something is definitely like calmed. I hear that. Or pacified with the Hermit. Laid to sort of rest, so-called. Look how far we've grown with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse in the environment. Yeah. There's something we've understood even. I see that, Pisces. Maybe you realize it's something that's even risky. I think you decide not to follow through on something. Rising Taurus, rising Aquarius, rising Scorpio. It could be an idea you've had in mind, and maybe you're kind of going back and forth. For some of you, this is somebody maybe you're interested in, but they didn't give you enough clear indications of where maybe they wanted to take the storyline. So there's almost this moment of like pause. I hear that. Let's get the charms back in, and we're going to pull here on, we're going to separate it. Like, let's say if you're Venus and Pisces, or matters of Venus in general for Pisces, contracts, your creative assets, resources, love, partnerships, and then we'll read on North Node. Okay. If you guys really like this series, feel free to hit the like button, and we'll return, if we have enough likes and views, to a mid-month bonus. And yeah, so again, let me know how you like these series, and we may extend it. I look at those likes, and Pisces, you're usually the highest viewed sign. So thank you guys as well for your support with that, and for hitting the like button, as it does help the channel. But of course, whatever's meant to be. But it's always interesting that Pisces is Yeah, you very strong sort of characters here in this play. I'm hearing that. Maybe this is also, you know, someone who is really, for some of you Pisces, you have somebody here who maybe feels a little bit weird about how they've like been acting. This could be with you as well, in aspects of you. You feel like it's kind of a shame, like why couldn't we get this like manifested? I feel there's a reason for everything though. You have the Death card coming through, King of Pentacles in reverse, the World's bright. There's somebody here who's thinking long and hard about maybe the way that they've so-called treated you. I mean, isn't it always reflective, right? If we have an experience, why have I, it's always helpful possibly to reflect on, why did I allow that experience to sort of manifest in some sense? Where did I leave the door open to that? Where did I sort of like energetically not have myself in mind there, my intention at least, right? Because we are responsible to re-navigate, to steer the experiences that we do have. So for some of you, somebody really is really truly thinking about you, but they're thinking about how it is that they would like to show up here for you. The Hangman in reverse, Justice upright, Ten of Cups in reverse, and the Two of Swords in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse with the Eight of Cups. Something related to health here, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. Yeah. I see someone's a little bit like feeling embarrassed or shy. It could be you as well. Let's clear it with yourself. Like, why, you know, why did I let it get to this point? Like, why didn't I identify my values? Maybe you're moving out of one concept of a paradigm of a relationship, moving into another. Something's changing, Pisces, I get that, regardless. Now, yep, again, that Hermit. Something is being cleared out, Pisces. There's no question about that. Let's get here, if you are watching for matters of love, relationships, partnerships. Again, those of you who've been following for quite some time, thank you for your support here, Pisces. And Pisces, thank you for your shares and your comments and your likes. And those of you joined members, thank you for your support there. Someone just doesn't feel right about the way they let things go. I heard that as well. Ace of Wands, you know, Queen of Cups is random. It's like I left her like on the side of the street like that. I don't know what that's going to do. Temperance in reverse. Maybe this is their subconscious like feeling. Four of Wands. I feel like it was left, like you didn't kind of, neither one of you were putting pressure on one another. It could also be something you negotiated and you decided to take a step back from. Like, I'm not going to actively try to figure this out here. You needed to be patient maybe as you saw it. You didn't want to force a resolution kind of vibration, you know? I think you can told yourself, if it's meant to be, it'll be again. Like, I'm not going to try and like, you know, manipulate the outcome. I hear that as well. With the, yeah, you realize this is super karmic. There's a reason for everything with the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot. Some of you, someone is, yeah, the King of Pentacles, wondering about you, wanting to be with you, wondering what your thoughts are about the next storylines. You got the Devil on the King of Pentacles. This is someone who's very interested, but they're not demonstrative. They're not demonstrative. I feel what you see is not what you get with this individual. It's not as it seems, the World in reverse. Yeah, they don't feel like it's over. I just hear that, but you've got to take it as you will. You do have the Knight of Cups upright with the Moon in reverse. This could be someone who's got a lot of Leo. I hear that. This came through the Sag reading. A lot of Virgo. Something's like stiff. I feel something's like stiff and cold. I feel if someone stepped away from a project or they took a break or a pause with something, they don't feel good. They're not liking that. I don't get that they're really, yeah, they got sleepless nights. Like, what if like so-and-so and so-and-so? Or maybe they fear if I took a break from this space, like then what, you know? Pisces. Let's see here. Let's do a Celtic cross for matters of Venus. 7th house matters, love, and if you have a Venus in Pisces especially, Ace of Cups in reverse. I'm going to be honest, Pisces, I feel like there's not been a lot of really super duper exciting situations going on here. It's more a matter of like clearing, cleansing, you know, understanding, being patient, so-called, with the universe, though, ultimately. Not like I'm waiting for someone to return, so-called. What is that, right? But it's more you understanding your vibration and like what, and that's a gentle process. Maybe there are things that you have to, you know, make peace with, or to, how do we say it, like to acknowledge, to admit that maybe we want to be vulnerable with, you know? The Nine of Wands upright. To acclimate to, even. Maybe it's you admitting maybe something in your life would change or transform the way that you would interact in other areas of your life. So it's a process. I hear that. Near future is the Wheel of Fortune. I just feel like you got somebody thinking about you, Pisces, in a big way. 4 of Cups upright and the energetic pathway leading you out. You may not know like to what level and degree. The Hermit in reverse and the Hopes and Fears. Just outside the Ace of Pentacles. If this was something that you had a fallen out with this person, they're still thinking that you have Pisces. Oh, like Yeah, I'm hearing like too much. I'm hearing that and too soon. I don't know. The minute they wake up, they're thinking about you. King of Wands in reverse, Four of Cups separate, or you're thinking about them as well. I see that. Nine of Pentacles, like, it goes both ways. Maybe you're thinking, are they also thinking about me? Like, you're wondering, why am I thinking maybe so much about them? Oh my God, the Emperor in reverse, the Three of Cups in reverse. Someone's like thinking about you, like maybe they had to leave or something. They had to go somewhere. It's like the whole time, like if they're at an event, even maybe they moved for their career, they're thinking about you, like wherever they are. I hear that. Five of Swords upright, Fool in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles. This is a general video. In the theme, we've got the Three of Wands in reverse. Some of you are working something out. I hear that. Maybe like this is kind of like an exciting or energizing so-called break, because it allows you to reconnect when you feel like it's most appropriate, and that can be more understood on an existential level. Let's pull on the Ace of Cups in reverse. We got the Cross in reverse. There was something maybe that someone stepped away for, and it was a very specific reason. Maybe it's, you know, crossroads situation, the ways in reverse in the recent past. I feel like maybe there's this sensation of like we walked away with no one really feeling like it was necessarily completely your fault, completely my fault. Ten of Wands in reverse. I do see pacification on both ends, the Bear upright. Like, I don't have to feel like I need to make this happen. I hear that again. So the Child in reverse and the advice. Some of you, whatever this is, whatever the so-called break is, gave you time to really invest in yourself. The Key in reverse in the environment. You lead up with the Star and the energetic pathway on the Four of Cups. It's like, I see you, Pisces, really in a space of not wanting to force the outcome, the plot, so-called. You have the Tower on the Wheel of Fortune. You're trying to see the upside to every situation. Trying to really, really kind of, yeah, this is healing, Pisces. The Snake in reverse, the Hermit in reverse. This comes down to maybe even like what you create. I see you wanting to be kind of patient with yourself. Yeah, not trying to like kind of also feel like you need to so-called rebound. Like, I don't want to like, it's not about like finding like a situation that, you know, some of you want, maybe you still have your heart here a little bit on the line or raw here in relation to the space. The Bouquet in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse, the Scythe in reverse, and the Letter in reverse. I see you. This is you / someone maybe doesn't want to look at it from the vantage point of like, we could have done it, like we could have done, you know, because there's some circumstance here maybe that came about that caused it in such a sense that they had to either move, or there was a work situation or proposal somewhere. So all right, let's get into now Midhaven / North Node, 10th house energies here in Pisces, and in general matters of career here for you, Pisces, but especially if you have a North Node in Pisces. Even in Pisces. Deep past. Okay, I feel like something was either like really working for you or not working for you when it comes to the social side of your career matters, your work life, like or there's something really out of balance. Like either you're working a lot, you have like no social life, or like you've got a lot of a social life and like you know, not really like doing the work. Take it as you will. Now we're pulling from the Lenormand. Yeah, something's just like, even you feel it's disorganized at certain points. Like you want to know. I feel you have a hanging like desire to understand, where am I taking my story next. The Key in reverse in the current state. Advice is the Lily in reverse. So maybe this is a matter of investment. Could also be somebody else's energy in your midst. Maybe they're thinking of hiring you. There's a question like, would this be the right place for me? I hear that. Maybe it's a place you want to move to. Knight of Pentacles upright. In the environment's the Magician. You could be thinking abroad. King of Wands in reverse leads you out in the energetic pathway. I see you wanting to take your time very slowly. Yeah. Hermit and upright with where you decide to move to next. Yes, definitely. Pull the Lenormand in the Hopes and Fears, the Snake in reverse. You definitely don't want to repeat certain storylines here, and you have the Whip in reverse leading you out in the final outcome. Some of you are very excited for something. This is related to a talent of yours. I see you knowing like, all right, I have this, maybe you've even saved up, you know, your assets. It's like, your finances, like, I know that I have a lot here of a potential so-called, I have got this seed so-called, but I have to understand the context to it, and you're taking your time to do so. You're teaching me new things. Pfizer commercial. If you meet someone here, the letter S again coming through. If you meet someone, I feel like you are, yeah, and this is on again, what we tore off from the hand wipe. And I'm looking on the other side, it says lav, L-A-V. So it reminds me of like laboratory. All right, either way. Anywho's. If you meet somebody here, I feel like you're taking your time to get to know this person. Maybe it's based on like so-called past experience. It's like, I want to make sure that this is like really like my story. I hear that. It could be that you just got out of a long-term career and you're thinking about your next move. And I see you thinking a lot about that. Like, is this going to be for me? Okay, Chariot in reverse, the Empress in reverse. Justice in reverse, like, is this really like my story? So I see you not wanting to rush into anything here. Let's get a rising sign for these energies. On the Three of Cups, we've got rising Scorpio, rising Capricorn, recent past, rising Aries, current state. The advice is rising Gemini. You might meet someone who's something a little different. It's like, all right, maybe you've never dated the Cancer, a Leo, however it is. It's like there's something different here for you. Maybe you're trying to keep an open mind. Rising Aquarius in the hopes and fears, you lead out with rising Taurus upright, rising Pisces in the energetic pathway, leading you out into that final outcome, and rising Sun sign Libra, as we said, Sun Libra in the environment, rising Sagittarius and the energetic pathway leading into the current state of rising Aries, a lot of fire energy there, and rising Virgo in the theme on justice in reverse. For some of you, you have something that you've decided. In the one we didn't pull is rising Leo. Some of you taking your time with something, no question. Like let's clear it. It's like with it could be with your career, your finances. You don't want to waste time, energy, resources. It's like you're valuing something. Yes. So maybe this is definitely even like taking your time with a connection, a relationship, wanting to say, hey, wanting to say I value this. Maybe you want to talk about a past relationship situation as well, like, hey, I'm coming from this vantage point, maybe you were even explaining to someone like, this is what I've kind of been experiencing or what I've experienced, and so I need to move through. So but in a very different way. Let's get, maybe you're talking about an employer. You're saying, hey, my last like working situation was like so-and-so, and let's go. You're trying to understand if they're for you and vice versa. Like maybe, well, you're communicating, is this going to be a fit for me kind of vibe. So let's pull now, dear Pisces, if you are a rising Pisces or Mars in Pisces, and generally matters of the physical body, matters of the first house. There's a lot of pressure here. Pisces, you're putting on yourself possibly when it comes to your storyline here. I feel like this is on your mind, okay, a lot. Like it's something related to the physical body, something related even to your finances. I hear that. Interesting. If you're someone if your career depends so-called in some sense on how you present physically, there's a lot going on here. And I feel like some of you needed a retreat, okay? You've needed one with the mountain upright in the deep past. You have the letter upright in the recent past. It's a matter of like, some of you also really saving your money, especially if you do have a career that is overlapped with matters of the first house or Saturn in the first or rising Cap. I hear that as well. Take it as you will. But Sun sign Pisces, rising Cap, for example. The letter though, for some of you, this is more a matter of vibration though, even if. It's like, or emotion. I need to have the vision. It's like, you want to take a break, but it's like, I have to feel like I know where I want to have that next sort of leg of the journey lead to, that next sort of move. The cross here in the current state, you might want to meditate on that. You might be heavily in a period of meditation, thinking, what is it that I feel I want to sort of, what is going to be an assistance to me when it comes to healing and nurturing the physical body? The Tower in reverse. Some of you want private time. I see that as well. Private time. The Star in reverse. Especially if you've been feeling like a creative block, Pisces. Like, look at the moon. The magician, the mountain. Yeah, you even like you're craving something here. I hear rendezvous, like you need something more maybe mysterious, romantic, imaginative. The Star in reverse, you're wondering what, where do I move to? I'm hearing that as well. The Scythe, magician can speak of move, travels. Scythe in advice. I feel it's a matter of timing as well, Pisces. You see you've got a lot of ideas, but it's a matter of when. Some of you, it's a project you want to start. Especially if it involves the first house matters related to the physical body, how you present in a public way. Those of you who have a lot of planets in your first, there could be something of a focus on the public, like how it is that, for example, you want to maybe, one second, some of you want to start a TV show. I see that with the moon upright. Okay, but the heart in reverse, hopes interferes, and you lead out with the book in reverse. Okay, Pisces, I recommend here, get into the root chakra energies here a bit more so. It's like you want to maybe focus on things that are really going to truly assist you in feeling it's interesting because I feel like it is about the imagination, but it's also about, how do we say this? Like, feeling grounded in the way that you approach your vision, the next visionary step here. There's something very, very, very much sensational coming, but it's almost like you want to be in the right state of mind. I feel you see that. You see it as like, I get that there's a lot of potential here. The vision space is like grand here. Truly, truly. It's a huge opportunity even. Maybe it's a certain industry, but for some of you, it's related to the limelight, the concept of the limelight. But for some, you want to be in the right, like, it's like, I want to be able to receive. Like, I want to be in a state of being able to be appreciative, or how do we say, like, receptive to those frequencies and energy. So what you really want to do is kind of think about the things that, think about grounding. Okay, with the dog, maybe hang out with like friends who ground you, and maybe you actually want to even like maybe adopt a dog. The anchor. Think about the things that maybe even that would be necessities for you when it comes to cherishing the things that you would say are important for you in terms of your vision, your imagination, the more visionary sides of your storyline. What is it that you would want to how do we say, complement that space with? So I'm just going to say it like this. Like, let's say you're thinking of moving somewhere. This is for example, or you want to start a new gig or project. There's something maybe holding you back, like you haven't quite done it yet. If that's the case, maybe it's interesting. Think about like the other factors that would be an adjunct to that space. Like, okay, so I would want to move. Maybe I would want to move here, there. But set that aside for a moment, thinking, wow, well, if we were to set that aside for a moment, then yes, okay, wow, it's getting complicated. If we set that aside, pressure on the throat chakra, what is it that I would see in relation to that space? Like, would I want to maybe live with a dog? Would I want to have an animal? Maybe this is something important for you to maybe figure out, interestingly, before you decide on those other things. So maybe it's even like another factor kind of important, like maybe you do want to move, but you're thinking, well, am I going to maybe eventually want to get a dog? If so, or an animal, a pet, a cat, a fish, a halo dragon? I don't know. Maybe it's even your habits. It's like, would I stay up late at night? Like, you're thinking about these little factors, maybe they're big factors though to you, and maybe that's the pause here that is suggested. Like, think about what would be needed for you to, in your lifestyle, necessary for you to feel grounded. With the dog upright, it's like, think more about the complements to that space that would be eventually so clearly sort of in resonance with you, if that makes sense, right? So it's more like the little factors, little details. Also, what might you want to do once you do move into that visionary space? Like, maybe you want to look for an apartment where you would be able to have pets. This is an example, but let's get so it's just kind of like it could be a metaphor as well. Let's get into it, Pisces. And dog, can speak of loyalty. Like, maybe there's something you want to have secured. I'm hearing that as well. Take it as you will. Think about your question of feeling grounded. All right, so let's jump into it. I just feel like overall, Pisces, there's a reason if you've been pensive about something. Maybe, like, you're almost getting like maybe the sensation that there are a few factors that you want to consider. It's not just about doing that thing and going to that one place or talking. There's something that it's not the end goal. I see it's also about the process. So all right, let's get into the hourly, and then we're going to get into the we'll then get into the astrology chat real quick about the main transits here for this month of November 2021. And we'll go week by week, any major transits, and then we will Pisces. Furthermore, then trail the reading out with a quick pick a card of 4 stacks. And each stack will sort of assign as well a yes or a no sort of energy. So feel free to meditate on that. Let's though first pull here on the hourlies. Any major times, dates here in the month of November. Let's clear it. I'm getting right off the bat that there's something that maybe you start off thinking, is the sort of first step, first stage, and it's almost like there's something, I don't want to say it's a little out of order, but you almost, I don't want to say it's a setback, Pisces. It's something that maybe you're thinking, well, should I do it? I see a little screw here. It's like, should I do it? Is it time yet? But then, yeah, then I see you decide, or you realize it would be most advantageous to not necessarily take that decision on yet. I hear it like that. Maybe you want to do it even in stages. Like maybe you don't want to do everything at the same time, kind of vibe. For some of you, if you're moving, yeah, you take it as you will. Okay, let's get some different runes here out. All the runes, actually. Some of you are nervous about something, or you want to, maybe you're waiting for someone to be able to carry out the move that you want to make. Okay, yeah. Or maybe you're a little bit like shy or nervous about something. I hear that. Some of you are having an audition, but you want like your parent to come with you, kind of vibe. I hear that. Okay, 30 sets coming through, right in between Sunday and Monday, right in between ultimately though, the second and the third week, end of the second, beginning of the third. There's something a little overwhelming. I'll say it in the sense, the whole month is going to be a lot of work, Pisces. You've got a clock and it's ticking. I hear that as well. So maybe you feel it. It's working. I'm hearing that. You're working a lot, maybe. I mean, it's exciting, but you know, things are paying off. I hear that as well. They're really, yeah, your hard work is paying off, Pisces. But you feel it. I feel it as well. There's a lot here that is on your mind, on your plate. Let's pull further on 30 sets. Can you please give further clues as to what that might be? Here, let's see. The Queen of Cups upright, Three of Wands upright. Ooh, it's the pressure, Pisces. You know, yeah. There's something very exciting. Maybe this is even, let's clear the energy maybe of somebody in your midst. Let's get further clues on that, if so. I do feel you are putting a lot of pressure here. Six of Wands. It's even a deadline. Ooh. Hey, Watts, it's something maybe physical. You're training for something even. The Hangman in reverse. I'm here, triathlon. Or you're thinking about something related to the physical body. Nine of Pentacles reverse. This is about your ideals, though. What matters to you. You want to, yeah. Some of you want to get in shape. You have K-Knots coming through on Tuesday of the third week. With Nauthies. Algates comes through on Thursday. Ooh, we just touched that into more Wednesday. Terrain here, but Nauthies and K-Knots come through around 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. You may have an interview coming up. I see you a little bit nervous about that. Wunio here on Tuesday as well, the third week. Sitting right around 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. There's something very exciting. It's almost like, whoa, this is what I'm saying. Like you have even like a lot of meetings. It's like one after the other, like boom, 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 like bam, 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 bam. There's a lot that you have going on, Pisces. It's like very different things though too. It's like, whoa, something very sort of mystical, maybe of a number of different interviews. So yeah, Jera, you might even be applying to things. Jera, 2 to 3. I'm hearing also, there's something that keeps you on your feet, on your toes. Jera here, 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. Algates Thursday of the third week, we see around 12 to Pisces. Sorry about that, the phone cut there. It's funny because that happened in the Sag reading as well, and I was getting some messages here coming through for you as well when the phone cut. So what I'm getting is that there's almost like, again, kind of like this feeling of you thought something was going to go in a certain way, and then there's something that may come up. It's actually to your benefit. That's what you will see, is that something kind of ended up working out for the better in the end. Like, so, now I was also getting, though, a little bit of pain in the back, like a little pressure. Be careful for your back. I'm hearing that. Like, if you're putting too much pressure, I see you carrying things heavy. You might want to, like, make sure you can take a nice hot shower there. Remember, yeah, I'm seeing maybe steam, like hot, something with heat, if you're doing some heavy lifting. So, yeah, let's get back into it, though. Let's pull a card on AWATS. The Sun. I hear someone's watching you. Like it's sounds a little weird, but with the Sun, this is right around. Yeah, there's some opportunity. It's related to your work. I hear that. Let's get a charm on that. Keep her and Sun in Virgo. The rest of them don't understand how much I love you. They're shy, actually, and like literally, it's the charm. This is actually, and. I see somebody wants to impress you. They're nervous about how it would come out, though. Sunshine and pillows on the Sun. They may have some kind of, they have some kind of offer they want to make you. I hear that. And they're thinking of how you would react to it. So, you guys, it could be a little controversial as well. Or there's something that maybe has a side to it. It could involve travel. Yes, I see the Rhino, yeah. They're not sure if it's the right time. Maybe they want to even visit you. I'm not sure for whatever reason if it would be compatible, or if you're even available, like if you're free to hang out kind of vibe, or if they have trouble reading you, Pisces. Yeah, not sure if you're there. I don't know what that's about, but yeah. Well, if you're open to it even. So, okay, let's get further into it, Pisces, in terms of the astrology. Let's pull up the ephemeris. But yeah, I'm here. You may have to take just a slight break with something, but I feel it's going to kind of be really sort of much more conducive in the long term when it comes to you realizing even your goals more clearly. Pisces. Welcome, welcome. Let's start here with the astrology now. The major sort of overviews of transits. What we're looking at in the month of November is, first of all, the sun moves into the 8th degree of Scorpio on the 1st, and it's already pretty streamlined in Scorpio. And the main dates here with the sun, we're looking at this 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd. These are the dates in which we see the sun is at the tail end degrees of Scorpio. You want to circle these dates. It can be kind of, yeah, this is an intense pocket of a few days. Definitely keep track of these days. Maybe save this video to a playlist, come back to it, but periodically through the month, and remind yourself of these dates is what I'm hearing. Especially because this is going to be a lot of Scorpio energy, which is a water sign like yourself. This is a time maybe where you are really even intensely reviewing something here in your life, and it is always right. It circles here to you. Even if we're dealing with Scorpio energies coming up, ultimately it's a matter of reflection. How is it that I am introspecting further about this sort of archetype in my own chart? Now, and in your life, really, right? So then we have the sun, though, moving into the zenith of Sag. That's on the 22nd, 29th, 22nd. And then we see it sort of stabilizing here out on the 25th. So we do have a little bit of a pocket here of a few days where there's this sort of shifting. And so again, I want you to circle these dates, the 18th to the 25th, if you feel guided, of course. And this is if you want to take an astrological approach as well to the energy space, which I believe, like, why not? It's so helpful, I found. But always use your personal intuition, and astrology is really a relationship when you feel that you know, you are resonating with that perspective of things. But yeah, look at, you know, these few days here really and see what comes up for you. Astrology is a beautiful time to sort of reflect on what is coming up, and it's a beautiful time to sort of reflect back to you. Let's say when we've got these pocket of a few, you know, sort of days where we've got very strong Scorpio energies with the sun, I invite you to sort of think, well, what is it that I am feeling around this time? What is it? Yeah, and so astrology is kind of like the syllabus of what it is that we may be finding also a point of balance with eventually over time. I see astrology as sort of an ascension, sort of protocol program vibe thing, situation that's happening here on Earth. And so I think it's helpful to look at, again, the so-called syllabus, like what is it that is coming up, okay? And in this case, we're looking at Scorpio graduating, really. Now, more on that, though, on members. If you are really into astrology, we do go really in depth. I love astrology. I am really freaking passionate about astrology. So this is something that you should know if you're a first-time viewer. That, yeah, I tend to get into astrology a lot. If you are into astrology videos, we also go live from time to time here on the channel whenever there are certain alignments astrologically. Sometimes, you know, we'll get into that. So just as a heads up, feel free to subscribe if you are into astrology. Just a heads up, we get into that a lot on this channel. And yeah, we really get further into it also on weekly. We get into the transits in particular. And if you really want to get really into it, really we all get into Void Course of the Moon in weekly, 48 hours, and real-time astrology. So that would be almost like, oh my god, impossible to really address like in the general channel, just because it's so quickly undulating. But yeah, we do sort of keep up with that. We try to in real-time members weekly and 48-hour series. So yeah, you guys, thank you guys for your support as well on members. Again, just a heads up, if you are into astrology, we definitely look at that also as a template for reading energy, period. So take it as you will. Okay, otherwise it's like you're just reading the energy, but I feel like astrology helps you get to the root of what is maybe coming up. Now, let's get into it further. I want to get a card there on the sun in Scorpio, Ace of Cups in reverse, okay? And we got the Queen of Pentacles, the Bright Seven of Wands in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse here around this shifting of the sun into Sag with it on the 18th to the 25th. There's something that you're really excited about, but you've grown a lot with some area of life here, Pisces. Like, yeah, you've grown a lot. You've come a long way, so-called. Some of you actually saving money. I see you not being impulsive here, and it could be emotionally with matters of overlap of emotion and matters of maybe career. I see you not being as impulsive with certain things here. Definitely. It could be, you know, just because someone's like so-called like my type, I'm not gonna just kind of like, you know, yeah, just I'm hearing invite them in the front door the first day, you know, kind of vibe. But for some of you, with the Ace of Cups in reverse, this might also be you looking more closely at your diet. Look at where you've got Scorpio. That will tell you more so what your perspective is when it comes to these frequencies. Now let's see what else. Mercury steps out of Libra here. Well, we begin the month of November with Mercury here at 22 degrees of Libra. And it's going to go clear out of post-shadow retrograde. It's been in retro. It's going to clear out of post-shadow on the 3rd of November. Give it a few days. And not only will the energy sort of clear out and Mercury will regain its natural speed, but it will also move into the 29th degree of Libra. It will culminate out of Libra and step into Scorpio. So there's something that you're shifting maybe here, really timelines with, I hear it in that sense. We're all experiencing these energies to some level degree. Look at where you've got Libra. Look at where you got Scorpio yet again. That could be the crossing over point. I see that cross point. Father, Four of Pentacles in reverse. I just said Father of Pentacles. It could also be something that you make a decision on. Ace of Pentacles, bright. Wow. I see you come down to it. You're like, I don't want to put this off anymore. Now, then we've got here, this is on major dates. We've got, I would say the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, definitely. Definitely, though, the 4th, the 5th in terms of the energy of Mercury getting, you know, culminating and then, yeah, climaxing in a sense, culminating. In general, yes, sure, Mercury in Libra at 29 is going to be very strong Libra energy, but it'll also just be playing as a ball, playing up and out a lot of Mercury energy. So that might be a date, you know, if you've got a lot of Mercury energy naturally, just know that that might be kind of like a moment. Like, try to keep grounded. I don't like to make really important decisions whenever we are cycling in and out of zenith or 29th degree. We don't really, we don't have the full picture at times, but you always take it as you will. It's a general message. Now, and I'm not looking at the aspects so far. We're just looking at the shifts in planetary energies, which is pretty important in terms of sign shift. Like, when a sign is shifting in and out, again, that's kind of like, okay, the overall overarching syllabus transforms and changes as a concept, as a theme. And these shifts, depending on the planet, will remain with us for a period of time. Like, the transit of Mars. We'll have Mars all throughout November in Scorpio. So it depends. And that will really depend on, you know, the planet and if it's retro and whatnot, or post-shadow, pre-shadow. So, okay. But before we get really into it, just, yeah, really, if you want to get really into it, head over to members. The link in the bio box below there. Okay. And again, thank you for tuning in there and your support on the channel. Now, we've got here, though, let's get back to it. Scorpio, there's something like kind of maybe like someone wants to talk about something here. This theme came through in the Sag reading. Like, you got to make sure that this is what you want to talk about. I hear that. It can be something negotiable. Maybe someone's trying to poker face it like, oh, it's not really negotiable, but it is. I'm hearing that as well. Just, you know, be honest with yourself. Say, hey, is this my ideal? If not, I don't need to, it's not a time crunch. I hear that. This is, again, a general message, but yeah, it's a general message. If you feel like you can wait, I would wait. I wouldn't make a decision until the 8th of November, if it's like such an important decision, until when Mercury streamlines in Scorpio about at least 5 degrees out, okay, given what it's been through. And that's, yeah, so everything is relevant, I feel. Now, another few dates here really key. Let's clear the energy. Yeah, I would also make sure that you really resonate. Like, some of you are going to move in with somebody, I would make sure that that's really what you want. I hear that. Okay, not just like, oh my God, like, you know, he's talking to me like this and that. It's like, make sure that this is really what you want to talk about. I hear that as well, right? And I feel like maybe that is your perspective now. It's like, oh, I realize I don't want to just talk along with what other people want to talk about. I want to be more maybe assertive in that space. We'll pull a card eventually. We'll see. Now, Mercury will climax again. It'll get strong here right around again the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. That's going to be a key few days, a little intense in the sign of Scorpio, fellow water sign. You know, you may have sort of a discussion here that you faced around the 6th, 7th, 8th, come back around near the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. There's something here that maybe it's a matter of timing, a question of timing. It does possibly speak of assets. I mean, regardless, Scorpio can speak of assets, but look at where you've got Scorpio in your personal birth chart. That will speak to where specifically for you this question of assets is coming up, and maybe negotiation ultimately. Then we see Mercury step into Sag. This is going to be around the 24th, 25th, 26th. Again, if you're going to make a big decision here, I would wait until the 27th. That 27, 28, 29, nice pocket of a few days where we will streamline with those energies. Now let's get further into it. Beautiful. Sag is a co-ruler sign with Jupiter, as you are, right? Ruled by Jupiter. Venus in Sag. In the beginning of November, we have it climaxing out in Sag. Very comfortable here for you, because this is a very nice duo to begin with. Venus is the benefic, Jupiter is the benefic, and you are ruled by Jupiter. So this is, and we're not quite at the 29th, 28th quite yet. Here on the 1st, the 2nd, nice few days here with the Venus energy when it comes to even opportunities. Maybe there's something exciting here. We're gonna pull some cards, something that is an invite, an offer. Take it as well. Take it as well. Maybe even meet somebody here. The Lover's coming through, horizontally laid, some kind of opportunity. Queen of Wands. Now, then we see though that Venus climaxes 28th, 29th on the 4th to the 5th. Okay, there's something here maybe that you will need to make eventually a decision about, but you almost think, I don't want to rush into this. I hear that. Someone goes a little quiet here with something, and maybe you then pick up with that idea again, more around the 9th, the 10th, the 11th. So, again, that's a shifting point there. The 9th, the 10th, 11th, we'll see more Venus streamlining in the sign then of Capricorn. Okay, Mars we see in Scorpio all throughout the month, and we don't see any major shifts with Mars. We're looking at just the first earlier degrees until about the 6th, or 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, you want to, and we don't see culminating out in a really crazy, intense sign here with that Mars and Scorpio. So, this is something that you'll find possibly is not really a huge question for you, but regardless, we have that focus with the Sun in Scorpio as well, like we talked about a little, back there. Channeling, of course, still here, but Mars and Scorpio will definitely be energizing the part of your chart where you've got, in particular, 1 to 21 degrees of Scorpio. But I don't see anything really sort of like, way out of mine. I'm not sure what that's alluding to. Like out there. I don't know. We see overall the month that of November that with Mars in a grounded sort of state, and Mars very strong in Scorpio, so take it as you will. Its ruling sign very strong in Scorpio, but this is obviously not taking into consideration the aspects, and we're just sort of talking in a generalized sense. So, but again, as we get closer to certain astrological points, we're going to do the live astro talk. So even on the general channel. So feel free to, again, tune in to those if you feel guided. Hit the bell notification icon, and that's how you will be able to ensure with greater certainty that we'll do that. Okay, you'll get the notification of that. Now, what else? We have a new moon on the 4th. This is on a few days after Neptune goes direct here for you. But the new moon is in Scorpio, fellow water sign. Look at where you've got 12 degrees of Scorpio. This is where you're going to see this new moon energy. 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 19th, we'll have the full moon in Taurus. That's at 3:56 a.m. This is Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to adjust the time to your time zone. Then we have here again Neptune going direct on the 1st, 8:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to talk about one more thing, the moon signs, and then we're going to jump into the reading for these transits and then the pick a card. We've got the moon in Virgo on the 1st, Libra 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th is Scorpio, 6th, 7th is Sag, 9th, 10th is Cat. I see you picking up at something here when the moon goes into Cap, just as FYI, possibly for some. And again, this is a general video. And watch your other sign placements for the clues. But Aquarius here, the 10th, 11th, that would be especially, I hear it, if you've got a lot, and I'm hearing that if you've got a lot of, especially Pisces in your chart overall, like Sun, maybe Moon, Rising, and Venus, or something like this, for example. Mercury, yeah. Even midheaven, yeah. Aquarius, 10th, 11th, 13th, 10, 11th, 10, 11th, okay. Okay, a little bit maybe the 11th, 12th. We've got here Pisces then trailing into the 12th, 13th, 13th, 14th. Wow, what is going on? We're getting a little offbeat here with that. Whew, good old Uranian energy. Pisces here on the 12th, 13th. 14th is Aries. 15 Aries, 16 Aries. Aries on the 16th, trailing into Taurus on the 17th, 18th as well. 19th, 2021 is Gemini. There's something of a decision you got to make here between maybe the 15th and the 21st. It's like you're really thinking about something. It's like, is that the direction I want to move in? I see you really putting so much focus on something here, and we do have that full moon here on the 19th, on the day that we've got Gemini ruling with the moon. So there's something that you do have the Lovers, they're right there as well, the card Gemini. There's something that maybe you're really like, you're focusing so much on. Now let's get back to it. Cancer on 22nd, 23rd. If you're working really hard here, Pisces, you really want to make sure you're focusing on your physical body, grounding, focusing on the root chakra again, healing. It's like, if I'm going to work this hard, I also want to make sure I'm balancing that, right? So, and maybe even in terms of chakras, like I'm focusing a lot on the throat chakra. Let me focus on more, maybe, you know, my Pisces usually have more questions. You can benefit from more grounding energy, okay? Like Neptune ruling Pisces, the 12th house energies, very crown chakra focused, very much in the upper sort of chakras, the third eye even. You know, you want to make sure that, especially if you've got a question when it comes to the upper chakras, like where you feel a little imbalanced with things, sometimes it's not like, let me meditate more, it's more sometimes let me ground, and that will bring balance and context reference to what it is that I am very maybe already good at. Even I'm hearing that when it comes to other chakras. Now, so grounding in a general way, let's backtrack, clear and ground. It's really a matter of possibly grounding and clearing your aura as well, and having boundaries to other people's energy as well. I'm going to say that. Cancer rules the 22nd, 23rd, or the moon is moving into those signs. Leo on the 24th, 25th, 26th, something a little awkward here. Maybe someone's even kind of rude to you. It's like, excuse me, like you have to kind of call something out here. Again, we're just talking about boundaries. That's when the moon is going to be in Cancer. You might want to just kind of be really aware of those 2 days. 22nd, 23rd, like really stand your ground, Pisces, possibly, okay? Really stand your ground here with a conversation coming up here. Let's clear it. Yes. There's something that you want to talk about. Don't hesitate is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing Apple. Interesting. Now, if you have questions, ask them. I hear that as well. Yeah, there's no reason why you should be shy. I hear that, but this is a general video. You take it as you will. But the moon will move into, again, Cancer, 22nd, 23rd. Leo, 24th, 20... Yeah, no. I hear it again. Pisces. It's even something someone says, they like say something about you, they assume, like they call you some Spice Girl. I don't know what that's linked to. Okay, it's like, just make sure, like, it's what you want. I hear that. Now, Leo is 24th, 25th, 26th, 27, 28, 27, 28 is Virgo, 29, 30th is Libra. Remember, try to think as well, you know, is this really me? So, yeah, make sure, you know, it's what you got in mind. The Scorpio is on the 1st. So let's jump into now the reading portion. We're going to pull a card for each of these placements. Not the moon, that would be, oh my god. But yeah, like in general, the main placements and shifts we just mentioned. Let's clear the energy around. You have an important decision here. I see that Sun in Scorpio in the beginning degrees. We see the ship. 8 degrees, not like so beginning. See the ship. Let's pull here on the tail end of Scorpio on the 18, 19, 20, 21. Someone is maybe like focused on you. They want to know where you may take a conversation. If you do have a question about whatever this is, I'm getting, again, grounding energies would really suit you. If you're thinking like, should I read on this, or should I like maybe do like more research or science, maybe research? Yeah, I would research, but this is a general video. Maybe again to a company. what it is maybe that you are already feeling. And yeah, so the snake in reverse, like for example, maybe you already did a reading on something. It's like, maybe you don't need another reading. Maybe you want to research instead of doing another reading, for example, and complement the reading you already did with research. This is just something so specific, possibly coming through. I see a playground here. Yeah, maybe it's just research in general, but let's pull on this beginning few days of the sun in Sag, like earlier degrees, specifically the 22nd to about the 25th, when we head into streamlining with the sun in Sag, the moon. Some of you, okay, yeah. This is someone maybe even like they really want to do something here. They've got an idea on the table. They want to maybe partner up with you on something. I see you meditating a lot, thinking, is this the right move I want to make? Is this the direction I want to move in? It could also be you. Now let's pull a card on Mercury in Libra. Something has become clear to you. You want to, I see it like this. You know exactly the direction you want to take with something. Moving into the end degrees of Mercury in Libra, the ring in reverse, and in the earlier stages of Scorpio, the sky. Some of you want to communicate something, the house in reverse. There's a lot of potential with something, but you have to kind of get clear on what you want to release in relation to that, or let's clear it, the path to that point. So and it's gonna get really sort of sharp. I hear that, sharp. Maybe the angle or approach you take is kind of like there's an angle to it. It's like you're getting angular with something. Maybe it's you with you, like you kind of decide finally, like you want to call it out, like clearly. You don't want to kind of be more abstract with things. So maybe you just take a different approach, and you're even looking at yourself like, something kind of exciting though. Now on the 26th, well, what is what, right? It comes down to you with you, but I do feel that there's something kind of different. 23rd, 24th is the tail end degrees of Mercury and Scorpio. There's something kind of out of bounds a little bit. I see maybe you get into a little bit of a strange conversation. You're not really sure how to handle that. You want to take a little moment there. Yeah, I wouldn't get so worried about what people think about you in that space though, is what I'm hearing. Like, try not to think about it as like, oh, but like, how will they react? That's not the point. You have to think about yourself here, Pisces, okay? And if someone's going to release you because you were being honest here and you needed time to rest, then that's what needs, that's what needs to be, and that's going to help you understand also where they stand. So don't be afraid to test the waters back a little bit here. This is a general video. Like, if you're negotiating something, don't let somebody like push you out of the wave. This is actually exactly when we're overlapping with that moon in Cancer that we mentioned here. So there's something that maybe there are going to be really strong water energies here on these next few days. I'm hearing you're closing a really big chapter. This is maybe something that it comes down to your assets, like know your worth, know your value, do more research here. This is again, this is overlapping with that Venus in Sag in the first few degrees, the sun in Sag with the first few degrees. So, this period might be lovely for you to like really gather different opinions, maybe do a reading, for example, on a certain subject, but then also research it and then maybe talk to people, get some feedback. Like, definitely the more diverse your sort of repertoire is when it comes to whatever this conversation is, the better. I feel like you want to really have different things in mind here. Like, don't go in with one, idea in your head. I hear that as well when it comes to what you feel this might lead to as well. Maybe try to keep an open mind. But again, we're going to pull again at the end, a few more cards. Okay, now let's pull further. Mercury in Sag in the first few degrees. Let's take a look. On the 25th, 26th, 27th. I feel someone here is a little bit pushy. I'm not going to lie, Pisces. Let's get into it. I feel that, the mountain. You feel maybe like this person is not like open-minded even enough for you, and you're getting a vibe here. Like, I feel like this is not going to work. The dynamic between us is not where it needs to be at. And I feel like you're going to come really close to making a decision here on that. This has been something that you've been thinking about a lot. Maybe it even just comes down, Pisces, let's get real, like to your divine sort of ideal counterpart, so-called. It's like, I don't think I could date somebody like that. I'm hearing that, like, maybe they're too bullheaded. Maybe they're too kind of like focused on their story. It's like, that's not, this is going to get clear, okay? Like, where you stand with that. Let's move into Venus. It does come down to your values as well. Now, Venus moving into Sag in the beginning at the 25th degree. So will we start November with Venus very strong already in Sag? Let's pull a card on that. Something about timing. I see you do identify an opportunity, very exciting, extremely lucrative. I hear that down the line. Maybe you feel, but it's about timing. It's almost all about timing. The whip, the stork, and the rider. It's all kind of like strike when the iron's hot. You're like, it's not hot yet, and I know that. I hear that. Then we move into the tail end degrees of Venus and Sag with the dog. Some of you, maybe this is someone who wants to introduce themselves to you, vice versa. Itch my nose right there. It's like they don't want to just jump out, and it's about the way something's gonna vibe as they feel. Maybe they want to. This is also somebody who wants to come back and they want to visit you. I hear that. Somebody wants to return even. It could be someone you knew for quite some years. I hear that. All right. Venus and Saturn score in Capricorn. The birds. You've got something here coming, Pisces. The fox. Ooh, the sun in reverse. Yeah, this is a surprise. You might have something come about here around this 6th, 7th, 8th when it comes to your assets, when it comes to an opportunity, possibly. It's a general video, the key. Maybe you realize that there's some really big next step that you want to take. Wow. It's very exciting. Let's pull on Mars just as a general. The mice. Okay. So, it's interesting because Scorpio gets down to things, right? Pluto energy. Typical. But in those first few degrees, between the 1st degree and like the 3rd degree, when Mars begins in the first few days of November, we see that it's kind of an early time still for this I almost said this channel, take it as you will, for this maybe even project that you have in mind. Like maybe there's something really exciting that you're really kind of passionate about, but you're giving it time. I see that. Or yeah, you're giving it time. Maybe you want to sort of wait until the 6th, 7th, 8th when Mars streamlines in Scorpio. So take it as you will. For some of you, this could be somebody waiting it out. They want to communicate with you down the line. So let's clear it. They're timing that, I hear that. Or when they feel it's right. Maybe they're even looking at astrology. It could be, or you could be timing something astrologically. Take it as you will. That's kind of what we're doing right now, right? Okay. And it's like, wait, I'm Pisces? Wait. We're talking about, yeah. It's like Twilight Zone, kind of interesting. Wait, like it's happening right now. Is this the future? Is it now? Like, I don't know what. Maybe you're gonna have a conversation with somebody about something like that. All right. For some of you, yeah. All right, but yeah, stay grounded, Pisces. I feel like it's gonna be a wild month. A wild freaking month, Pisces. All right. Let's clear the energy and ground. You could be meeting a lot of people too. Let's now do the 4-card pull. This is the pick a card. Feel free to meditate. Further answers for Pisces when it comes to their soul path calling. What is it that is possibly a point of advice for them when it comes to addressing some point in their life that they're thinking about? And this holds for any signs, right? Venus, Mars, any placements for Pisces. Everybody has Pisces somewhere. It's overlapping somewhere in your birth chart. Okay, let's get into it, you guys. Feel free to meditate. Let's meditate and see what would be most helpful for you to sort of focus on. And I mentioned this for Sag. I haven't done Capricorn yet. By the way, time 10:10 right there. Could be focused on that number. Right. So feel free to meditate here. Okay. This might be the kind of most conducive next step, and I'm hearing for grounding specifically. Grounding maybe into the next step in your vision, in the manifestation of your vision. I hear that in 3D at least, or in physical. The sun in reverse. I feel for this first stack right off the bat, like there's something about timing. Either it's not a focus, or it is, or there's something even, it could be related to astrology, maybe spirit saying, hey, maybe you want to look at maybe even more the context. Maybe not so much, well, I want to throw this event, but what does the weather look like these next few days? Look at the context or the surrounding factors. The whip in reverse for the second stack. Let's go. Some of you, there's something here that is also related to timing, but from another vantage point, this is more like fire energy. Like, do you want to rush this? Like, what kind of vibe do you want to have? I see someone like maybe planning even an actual event, or even, how do we say, like an introduction. It's more like the process, the path, the how. I see that with the whip in reverse. You want to be really maybe clear, or kind of having an overarching, clear vision of how you would like to present yourself. And it could be more physically. I get a really strong Mars energy with that card. Third stack, the dog upright. Okay, think about your needs. Again, that's taking me back, Pisces, to that one reading we just did in this spread where we were talking about the grounding energies. Was it for your Midhaven? Yeah, Midhaven North Node energies for Pisces, the Celtic cross, the dog. For some of you, and I'm hearing the devil as well. For some of you, maybe you also, the approach might be, definitely something like friendly, or what makes you feel you can find a peace, a place or a state of balance here. And I'm hearing a pace a pace as well that works for you. The Stork. It could also be about compromise. I'm hearing that. If it's a question of approach with someone, I hear that maybe there's a matter more of like camaraderie, being friendly. I hear that. Yeah, like maybe these are all related. It's like, you know, if you want to communicate something to someone, maybe it's more about tempering, like being more kind. I hear that, rather than, yeah, like if this is for some of you, maybe you want to get physical with someone, but you're not sure, like you want to kind of even test it and be friends first. I hear that. The Stork coming through, but I can't tell you what to do. Of course, and I'm not doing that. You gotta this is your will. You gotta make that decision. The Stork in the last stack. If this is your stack, one second. Yeah, but really quickly, like if you are thinking about something physical, I feel like maybe you want to feel it out. The Stork, or even look at the environment. Stork, for some of you, key little message coming through for you here. This is even like someone who's taking their time with you. Maybe they want to get to know you more. I see there's a lot of love here. I even see like on the nose of the dog, I see a little heart there. So yeah, in addition to the fact that on this Lenormand card, we see on the top right hand corner like a mini little card with 10 hearts. And we start at 10-10. There's something exciting, but yeah, I feel like someone doesn't want to rush it. The Stork coming through as the last stack. There's something unknown here. I feel that it's a matter of vulnerability, okay, and how you operate under pressure. All right, let's get here further, a yes or no to each of these stacks. So feel free to meditate on something. If you have a particular question, feel free to assign it to the different stacks. And yeah, we're gonna, let's see here. I'm gonna pull from the Gummy Bear Tarot on these stacks. So yes or no here for the first stack. Feel free to sort of think of something here. If you're wanting clarity with something, feel free to come back to this reading over time through the month. If you've got a sort of question here, it can also be like maybe you've got a few options. Which one might be the most sort of, sort of grounded for you here, maybe even at this time. So let's begin here. I'm not really getting a great like impulsive energy here with that first stack. If you're thinking about making a decision, I wouldn't necessarily do it like impulsively, okay, is what I'm hearing. And it's interesting to read that with the rest of the cards in these next stacks. But the Lovers here in reverse, that's Gemini energy in reverse. Maybe try to think before you make that move. The Four of Wands here, let's further meditate on that. The Four of Wands on the whip in reverse. Four of Wands is, you know, I hear you already made this decision. Let's continue. Yeah, again, I see you like, it's very interesting. If you're asking about, should I take this action yet? I'm not sure about that. Maybe it's not even about that, really. Maybe it's not really about the sheer timing, but the context again. This is a lot of those energies coming through again. Like, maybe this is even you existentially, like, is it time for me to manifest this yet? Like, why haven't I experienced certain situations, opportunities, or so-called, or it's all reflective, but why haven't I met someone like XYZ yet? Or why haven't I had this opportunity, this chance to pursue my passion here in this way yet? You know, this is like you kind of with you saying, well, maybe there's a contextual question. You know, you want to be grounded and able to so-called be receptive to receive those experiences. This is definitely a yes with a Knight of Cups. This is maybe even timing. You might want to wait, maybe something related to the number 3. Maybe, I don't know, like, maybe, yeah, something related to number 3. Like, this is someone even tempering their, like, passion here for you. Like, I'm looking at the dog, like, sweating, like, I'm so attracted, but I'm trying to, like, hold myself from just, like, I'm seeing, like, the sun in reverse. It's interesting. It's all these fire energies. So, we're gonna pull for the clarifiers with rising signs, sign placements, letters, and etc. on these stacks in just a minute, but just for now, the Knight of Cups, yeah. If you're asking, like, if someone's interested, I feel like, yes, you will realize that as well. Something related to the number 3, maybe in 3 days, 3 weeks, this is a general message. Yes, I hear that as well. The Five of Wands in reverse. There's something that, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable, it's not necessarily something that is necessarily wrong. I hear that. Let's get here some letters. I feel this is, okay, let's actually get some signs first on the sun. Signs related here to this particular first stack. Any clues even, and any advice to help in this space. Taurus, definitely grounding. And you could read these all as one sort of main stack. Definitely grounding, but yeah, yet again, feel free if you want to come back to the reading over time. If you've got questions later on, you'll work with it in your way. Scorpio in reverse and Sagittarius upright on the whip in reverse. There's a lot of pressure here. I feel that in that second stack, like you've got a lot on your mind. Maybe someone has a lot that they want to get out. Temper yourself. That's also a really big message here, Pisces, is what I'm feeling. And this is funny because we have 4 weeks in the month of November. Again, so maybe you can, see it the way you see it. But 6 of Wands, for some of you, there's something that you really want to get done, but I get it. Like, pace yourself, 6 of Wands. Maybe you're thinking, should I like spend all this right now? It's like, maybe break it up in like installments or payments. Like, this is for some, just a message coming through. First, feel free to come back though to the way that you interact also with the messages. Maybe at some point you say, wow, this looks like it reflects each week in the month. Come back to it another time. It's like, these are decisions I'm making, different decisions at different points in the year. I hear that as well. And isn't it always reflective? So you could even break this up like each of the stages of the moon. In the first week, we have the new moon in Scorpio. The second week, we have the first quarter stage in the sign of Aquarius on the 11th. Then we have here on the 19th, in the third week, we've got the full moon in Taurus, 27 degrees, very intense full moon. Then we've got here in the last week, we've got the second quarter stage in Virgo. So on the 27th, so, take it as you will, the way that you work with these energies. And every stage in the moon cycle corresponds to a broader, much broader sort of term of the moon's turn. So, it's like about 6 months, we can say, to a year, which is very interesting, regardless with energy, because energy takes time to manifest, which is why when we do the readings, it's not like necessarily always in this moment, but of course in a sense it is, because everything is related. So how can we say this moment right here, right now, is not related, right, to something down the line that we experience? So to say it this way, in a simple way that you will, in whatever way, however you perceive it, you may have a certain experience here that is mirrored, down the line. Maybe you experience this theme in sort of a synapse equation here of a moment now, and then later down the line you experience it in a much broader context. So I've had that happen many times. Like, I'll watch a reading, even when I'm doing the reading, I'll say, oh, I feel like that's relating to that. Come back to a reading later down the month, and I'll be like, whoa, like different parts in the month, even different weeks. Maybe this is the first week, come back to it the second week. But it's interesting, and you'll see something totally different, like, but then it will be mirrored as that concept, like, oh, it's kind of like also like this. And then, 6 months online, it ends up, and not to say that something is either resonating or not, but it's something of a storyline that is unfolding. So, and it's your relationship with the comfort zone space of how you understand yourself ultimately. So, let's clear the energy and ground, how open and flowing you are with the process. So maybe it's about faith as well. Maybe you're very excited about something, but you don't want to rush it. I hear that. And maybe you're trying to keep an open mind with that. And it can be a metaphor, like this is maybe someone else's energy as well. You don't want to rush someone. They care about you. I hear that. And they do. I hear that if this is someone you're inquiring about, for example. But you might see that, for example, what you experience with that person, so-called, is mirrored in your broader experiences, even with your career. And, it's just very interesting. Look at the archetypes. Astrology is where that might be really, really helpful. Now, in the third week, we have Leo. In the fourth week, we have Aquarius. Some of you have something that you're going to become really, really good at. I feel like it's about your approach. So think more about, in the long term, imagining that you are in a certain space already. What would I want to sort of have in that space, that accompanies that conversation that I would be having with that person? Like, let's say I want to date so-and-so, and I want to have that kind of relationship. What would be the adjunct to that, right? So not focusing so much on that thing that you know, but the complementary sort of aspects. I hope that is helpful and not more confusing. Okay, let's get some charms. Maybe this is you realizing as well, like, it's not always as it seems. Maybe someone here, it's not that they're not pursuing you. It's not that they're not pursuing you because they're not interested. Maybe they have just a different temper. So you could be learning about different types of people, different types of temperaments. yeah. You're teaching me new things coming through, literally right there on Scorpio in reverse, on the whip in reverse, actually coming through in the whip in reverse, and Sun in Leo on Taurus, Pfizer commercial on the Five of Wands in reverse, Moon in Libra on the Knight of Cups, yes, and keep her, if you're dealing with someone's got a Moon in Libra and they're a water sign, or they got a lot of water on the chart, they are really attracted to you, but they're very sensitive, I hear that, and they're not going to rush something. They may have a Moon in Leo as well, or a Moon in the 5th house, Moon in the 5th, yeah. Seeing the number 5 here, the 5 of Wands. They will need time, I hear that. Yeah, they will need time is what I'm hearing. Let's get rising signs. Rising Cancer and rising Gemini in the first stack. Second stack is rising Aquarius, rising Taurus. There might be a question of self-confidence as well. Try to be gentle with this person, with this process. I hear this. You have rising Sag leading out, and it can be, of course, an aspect of you. Any other little messages here? Yes, we wanted to pull a rune for each of these stacks. And then we'll pull a card of advice as well. You guys, thank you for your dear support here with the readings. Algate's coming through on that first. One last advice message here for each of these runes. Algae stack 1. It's not always your intention. I hear that. It's like, how do we say this? Your intention may be positive, so-called. Maybe you say, well, I'm focusing, I really want to manifest this. Why isn't it so-called happening? This could be something existentially, metaphorically, like years ago you wanted to manifest. It just didn't get off the ground. For some of you, it's related to the concept of travel, maybe friends, social groups. You're thinking, why haven't I manifested this? It could be a network even. There is a reason, and maybe there's something here that it's not because you don't want it, so-called. It's the many different factors, okay, that you are actually on some level, on some spectrum or another, aware of, okay, with a higher mind. I hear that is important, but it's about connecting those dots. So maybe like psychologically I feel like I'm ready, emotionally I feel like I want this, but what about spiritually? Is there something that I still need to tap into? And I feel that the message here ultimately is that if you're not really where you so-called feel you are to be at, that's always reflective, right? If something is not so-called manifesting, this will come back to you. Where is it that I am not necessarily aware fully of what I want? Yeah, because if you're truly in the flow state, it already is. This is Lagus coming through on the whip in reverse. Definitely this is about a matter of balance, patience, persistence, balancing yin yang, balancing left right, balancing shadow light, balancing up down, north south, so-called, north node, south node. This is about being open-minded, keeping everything sort of in your mind, not, you know, kind of like, what is the phrase? Throwing the baby out with the bathwater, like getting extreme with things, okay? Like you want to see everything in context. Well, let me see this, but in relation to that, and, you know, see, yeah. So this is also really, really important. Like, remember, there's a reason for everything as well. This is a general video, though. If something's not manifesting, like, there's a reason. I hear that again, and maybe there's something that, you know, is a blessing in disguise even. So let's continue. 3 sets on the third stack here. Some of you do not realize how maybe big of an opportunity something is. It's funny because this is though by way of a process of I don't feel like it's happening. I feel like it's not there yet. I feel like it's impossible. And there is something of a sort of surprise here. I see that really coming through. Like it's almost like a the magic of the universe here, but it to be magical must follow through a certain cycle and process. So there is a moment here of patience that I feel you realize is worth it to you. I hear that as well. Jera coming through on the stork. This is 1 year. That rune literally speaks of 1 year. So there's something that I feel you even have your answer to. For some of you, maybe you are really psychic, actually. You're very sensitive, and that's just the process. So I feel like Spirit on the whole is saying, hey, keep yourself sort of grounded. Remember, you know, and definitely keep grounded, Pisces, you know, because it's going to be a lot of checkpoints. Like, I feel it's going to be fun actually for you. Like, the more opportunities you have to keep grounded, the greater this will be a feat for you down the line in the future. And it's going to be a blessing in disguise. You'll look back on this, I feel, and be like, wow, I'm so happy that I had those really particular moments to take a deeper sort of introspective look at who I am. Lizard Dream on the first stack. Horse in reverse, trust your feelings on the second. Deer, be kind to yourself and others on the third, and the last is Elephant, you can overcome any problem. Wow, for a number of you as well, you might actually realize what it is that you're really truly passionate about. Thank you guys for tuning in, and this could even extend in terms of like a relationship. I hear that, like your type. Sometimes, yeah, I mean, it's very interesting with that Knight of Cups upright and the dog. yeah, this is something very particular. If you guys want to extend these readings, if you like this reading style, feel free to hit the like button. I'll be watching that. I'll come back to that periodically. See you guys on members as well. Thank you for your support.